Hello and welcome back to my channel. So thank you very much for joining me today. And today I want to look at Linothele Sericata, I think it is, the Colombian funnel web. I think that's the right name for it. I've had these before from tiny slings, and I mean like 1 centimetre, probably even smaller than that. And they're quite hard to keep at a certain stage when they're quite small. And I've always had problems with them. I've got some getting up to a certain size. Big female GBB on a little walk around there. I think she's hungry. I may feed her in a minute. But I've got these two that I picked up from the Western Invert Show, and they are doing superbly well. They're over that delicate stage, and they're absolutely brilliant, and they're so voracious. And what I wanted to do today was just show you the stage of their webbing. So from the show, put an annotation to the video above, so you can see when I got them, you can see what they were like when they put them into their homes. And then I've just did some cut footage from like day 1, day 2 up to a week, and then now is obviously a good few weeks later, just to show you the difference. So I think first things first, let's show you the footage of the first week when I got them and just see the difference, and then we'll come back. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is 1 day after, and you can see it's already started to web up absolutely everywhere, all over, but it's still using that little piece of material that it came with in the middle as it's like home base. But I will have to remove that, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So you can still see that that's for 1 day. It's not even a full 24 hours. That is quite a lot of webbing, so that's pretty good. So let's just see what the other one's done. You can see there, that's the other one, and that's actually done webbing right up to the top, over, and it's using that cork bark piece at the back as its den, and it's done webbing down under there as well. So I can actually see this one for a second. Let me just see if I can open it up. Don't know if you can see, but behind that cork bark it is in there at the bottom. I can see it just, but you can't see it on the camera, I don't think, but it is in there. Okay, so this is the first enclosure again, and this is day 2. So there's more webbing over the side, more webbing over this side, and you can see it's sort of done a little cube with it, and it's going around the edge, and it's just down in there. So I'm going to see if I can try and feed it now. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Couldn't get it to feed on camera, but you can see that the webbing's starting to double up now. But in a few minutes you'll see it go drastically a lot more. But what a spider, and look at the colours of it. So that's the second one, and you can see that's done a lot more webbing already, and this is only day 2. So impressive, the amount of webbing they do. I think I'm going to just have a look every single day and just see if I can notice and film it over a course of a week and see how much they do. But it is literally living down in there. So let's skip forward to a week. So this is exactly a week later in the first enclosure that I've showed you, and it's now moved over to there, and that's where it's decided to do a little tunnel, and it's done some extensive webbing all up on the sides, and you can see if I go down that way it goes right on up both sides. So I'm going to just try and see if I can feed this one. No, I definitely think this one isn't going. Oh, there we go, there we go. He's interested, but I don't know if the light's putting it off. I'll leave that for a second, try and feed the other one. Okay, so there's the second enclosure. And this one's done. You can see a clear chamber there, and at the bottom where it is, and then it's done another one there, and then another one at the bottom. So this one's done a load of chambers, but again, a lot of webbing. So let's just see if I can get this one to feed. Slightly larger cricket, but let's see what happens. God, that was quick. and explosive. So this one here does not care. This one was hungrier. Slightly smaller abdomen on this one and longer. The other one's got a fatter abdomen, but this one, obviously the prey wasn't too large for them. This one just needed to do a lot more webbing, and this one's calm and settled. So give me my dinner. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that is one right there, and it's just sat out on the web, so it's hungry. So let's try and flip this around and show you the feeding. But I think you could see, and you'll agree there with the webbing there, I put them in, didn't feed them straight away, let them settle. And they did webbing immediately. Within, like, one of them, within 10 minutes of putting them in, they started webbing up straight away. And they just did more and more and more, and then went non-active during the day and then did it all at night. And then you see the process of that webbing was just absolutely brilliant. But you can see already that looks like that's hovering in the middle of that container. And that's just the amount of webbing it's done all the way up. And I've had to keep ripping it off the lid on the top. But this one here is very, very voracious. I've got another one which is just below that other shelf down there. And that one seems completely different behaviour, but we'll show you now. So let's show you this one and turn it around. Hopefully I can get this lid off without it running off. This one is more bold. Nope, it's gone. But there you go, you can see the amount of webbing, and it does tunnel chambers. So it's right there. Let's see if I can put the torch on without scaring it. There we go, it's still there. So we may be able to get a chance of seeing this one feed, because it is out in the open. These are quite easy to tell if they're hungry or not. If they're not, they'll hide back down at the back there. All these circle holes, you can see that's where they can run through different chambers. But if it's starting to encroach out in the open, then you know it's ready to feed. Just the same as that one there, which is a Saratoga starlingi, is out in the open. But let's get back to this one. Let's see if we can feed it and get a good shot of it. Just zoom in. Oh, look at the colours. Beautiful, you can see the eyes. Let's see if we can feed it. Right, I'm going to try and not drop this too heavy, but you need a prey item that will move a little bit just to get it to come out. I'm just going to place it down. If you drop it, then it will scare the spider. Oh, like I just did there. But they're super quick, they will come back. I've been feeding this quite easily every few days. If it goes off, then I'll just do it once a week at the minute. But this is getting more and more active since they've molted. And you can see there's a molt right down there. Oh, you're getting some action. It's going to take it, I think. And watch how quick this does this. Look at it, it's beautiful. And straight down, and that would just devour it there. So really easy to look after these once they get past a certain size. The webbing is just so extensive, but I'll take it off the lid and it just doesn't seem to put it on the lid no more. You can see it goes all around the top of the enclosure, and it just goes up to these points. It's anchored every side, but then not on the lid. So that is absolutely brilliant. So let me quickly flip it around and we'll show you the second one. But first, what I also do is just a light misting on the web, and now look, you can see it all still in there eating, but it's got water all over the web. So that's all I do. Okay, so this is the second enclosure, and as you can see from the side, you can see it's done like different floors. You can see that one line going across there, then it's done another line going up there, and it can run, and I've seen it run all the way through this side, and then it's got different layers. And then it goes down into the different tunnels, but you can see the main circle at the back goes to another big circle, and then there's another one there, and that's where it's situated at the minute. But that's the other entrance for it to come out, and it's, I don't know if you could see this different layers. It's like a car park, but it actually goes through all these different layers. I've seen this one run around. So they've both webbed up slightly different. This one is down there. Not sure if you can see that. It's down in there, but let's just get on and see if we can feed this one. This one is a bit more skittish, won't come out. Always takes the prey items off camera. Let's just see what happens. Not managed to get this one to take on camera yet. It just doesn't like the light. The prey item can wriggle and wriggle and wriggle, and as soon as I come in later, after 10-20 minutes after putting the lights off and the lid on, it goes and takes it. I'm just going to wait and see if it can. It's getting a bit more comfortable. It's taking its time. Whether this shows a difference in behaviour between males and females, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to sex the other molt and see what I've got. But I'm not too fussed at the minute whether they're male or female. I'm just absolutely ecstatic that I can keep them growing with these webs. But as you can see already, there was more action from the other one. This one hasn't even turned around yet. I'm not saying it won't. It certainly knows it's there. If you can see, down there is the remains of the previous one. So it does eat, but it does it off camera. And what I've noticed with it, it eats, but it doesn't take it back into its retreat. It just stays on the web and just eats it where it is. Whereas the other one runs back into its home. I mean, you can see this prey item's well and truly stuck, and it's not coming up at all. It's well aware that I'm here. It's on the top level of its car park. But from what I've done before with this one, I don't think this one's going to come up at all. It hasn't even turned around. And this one molted before the other one. Let's just see if I can give it some encouragement. No, definitely not. But there you have it. So they're doing really, really well. And just look at it with the webbing. And I'm going to do the same on this one. I'm just going to lightly mist. Helps cool the enclosure down. There we go. That's enough. And then you can see how it goes all white, but you can't see the spider now, but I can see it. But then look at what it does to the web. But it gives it enough to drink off. So that's all I do. I don't leave a water dish in for these ones. And that's it. So you're not going to see this one eat, but you saw the other one. But thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.